Ballet with a bit of Captain's Blog. I'm gonna talk a bit more about um 28 years. All right, so hold on. Okay, so here I am. Okay, so let me start off with saying, like, okay, 28 years really surprised me. Okay, so here we go. After watching it, I felt good. I felt uplifted. I felt like watching it again. Honestly, like I was like, what? I felt like watching it again. What? Like this type of movie? But yeah, I felt like watching it again. I haven't watched it again yet. I may watch it today and pay attention to what the father is talking about. The when he talk about the blubber was, that's kind of like where I wasn't listening to him when he was talking about the blubber one. I'm trying to think if it's some like that on that show, The Last of Them. I think it is. I think they're called bloaters, but I don't guess they the exact same, but they similar. Uh, so yes, y'all, I wanted to watch this movie again right after watching it. Um, and okay, so now I'm about to get into how the movie is laid out. The reason why I felt like watching it right after and felt so good after watching this movie. And then it clicked. Like, wait, okay. So the movie watches like a documentary. Okay. I enjoy documentaries. Okay. It watches like you watching a National Geographic's documentary. So I like those things. So that's probably why I was like, oh, I'll watch it again. I was like, wow, ain't nobody get nibbled on in this movie. And then I remembered the beginning and how it started. And I was like, oh, yeah, that part. So, yeah, after the first part, it reads like a documentary. It reads like a National Geographic panorama. Um, we follow these two people coming from the village that they done built up. They go out, and how they go out, like the daddy is like reviewing what he's already taught Spike with the water. So we get the water uh teachings. Then we go to the mainland, we get the teachings about the I'm gonna call them bloaters. I don't know what they are. The slower, the slower zombies or infected. I don't know if they call zombies. I think they just call them infected. The slower one, we get a teaching on that because the daddy teaching the son, which I think he would have done taught him that already before they passed the gate, in their class and stuff. But I don't know. So but we as the audience, I guess, whatever. So he talking, he pointing them out, which, like I said, like it seemed like it would have been obvious which was which with the teachings that he was been taught before they left the gate, because he was taught about the tide, and his daddy was just reviewing the tide rules with him. So I guess these are reviews as well. And I guess nobody at past the gate is teaching about the alphas, because when they get up on the alpha, the daddy is schooling Spike about an alpha. So we get all these lessons about these different things, and then we get when Spike goes out, we get a lesson about gas when we meet Eric, and we get that Bill and I, the science guy type situation with the spark and the gas and the buildup. So we get that lesson. Then they meet the doctor, and then he tell them about iodine. So we get that lesson. So it really reads like it watches like a National Geographic's documentary, and we even get a birth scene. Like we getting all this National Geographic's filming in one movie. So I was like, ooh, goody, because I like that stuff. And then I was like, oh, but wait, how it came on. And I'm like, ew, nah. How it came on was like, uh, yeah, how it came on wasn't necessarily considered National Geographic. What I'm used to. Okay, no, how it came on was like, oh my goodness. I was like, be quiet, Jimmy. Shh. But I don't know how. Ugh, it was on and popping when it came on. I mean, it was cool and calm, and then I was like, wow, the bigger children are sitting there watching with the little children. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I was like, I don't know how much uh bigger they are, but they all sitting there together watching that cool show. I was like, okay. And then Timmy's mom, not Timmy, Jimmy. Jimmy's mom was like, y'all be quiet and sit down and boo boo boo. They were being quiet, but then Jimmy got nosy, and I was I guess by Jimmy being nosy helped him get up out of there quickly, I guess. Because I guess if they had to stay quiet and sit down, then perhaps shit. Jimmy got up out of there, and that was pretty convenient that there was a door right there. And Okay, so when Spike and his father went out and they came across that house, it kind of was similar to Jimmy's house, like up where the steps was, where the steps and the balcony. But then I was like, is that Jimmy's house? But then I was like, well, maybe it's a similar layout because houses do have similar layouts. They don't have. It's not necessarily Jimmy's house per se. Probably, I don't know. It was a similar layout. If it wasn't Jimmy's house, literally, it had a similar layout to the stairs and the balcony. And just before the stairs was a doorway right there. So those were the similar things that I saw in Jimmy's house, which that house might not have been Jimmy's house. It just might have had a similar layout. But yeah, it reads like a National Geographic's documentary after the first part. Yeah. Yep. So I was like, oh, okay. I'll watch it again. And then I thought about the first part, and then I was like, hold on. I'll do what? What did I just, what? I said what? Yes, I did say I would do that. I sure did. I said I would watch that movie again. Thank you, Jay. So yeah, let me take a sip of water here. I like Spike. I can understand Spike as well. Now, I could understand when Spike's father was telling him about coming across the doctor and seeing the sight that he saw and him being with his buddies. I could understand that being a sight to behold. Like I could understand that being scary to his father and his father running off and being like, "Oh hell no, this doctor crazy." I could understand that from his point of view, and I can understand Spike understanding with his understanding of what a doctor is and his mom's situation, or not necessarily his mom's situation because he don't know his mom's situation, but he's seeing the effects of his mom's situation. So with him and his meaning of what a doctor is, I understand what his idea as well. I understand what he was thinking as well. He was like, "Oh, doctor, okay." Never mind the rest of the stuff you just said about the scene you saw. This dude is a doctor, and my mama need a doctor. That's what he was thinking. He was on, look here, he gonna get his mama some help. So I understood both of their perspectives on that scene and the word doctor. Uh, and Spike. Oh, I like Spike. Uh, Now his father, I'm like, what you doing in that bed? Get your butt out of that bed. I'm like, and I'm glad he got out that bed without cuddling up to her and kissing on her. I'm like, yes, get your nasty ass back in the bed. Cause I don't know if you wash it. Like, whatever. Like, get out that bed. Like, I'm so glad he didn't cuddle up to her. Okay, so yeah, he was trying to be decent in his indecentness, and I'm glad. Spike doing what he did. I was like, oh, I was like, look at Spike. So, yeah, I might watch it again. I don't know, cause I'm trying to see if it was my favorite one. I don't, because okay, so 28 weeks was my favorite one because of the actor that plays Rumpelstiltskin in Once Upon a Time, the ABC series Once Upon a Time. I liked him in Once Upon a Time as Rumpelstiltskin and the Dark One. So he was my favorite to see in 28 weeks. Um, 28 Days was all right too. Now, 28 years, 28 years all right too. Like, oh, probably because it reads like a National Geographic documentary. Um, Spike was cool. I don't know what was up with the daddy. He wanted to go out there, and it seemed like the only way he could go to the mainland was if he takes Spike, and he just couldn't wait 2 to 3 more years till Spike was of the village's rules age. Ugh, that's the only way I could think that the daddy wanted to go on out there. Um, unless he had a bet. I'm thinking he just wanted to go out there and he couldn't go out there unless he took Spike, or maybe he had a bet because it seemed like he really wanted to be. He really wanted that celebration. Seemed like Spike was not in a rush to go over there, and he wasn't even of age. So like, and then when the daddy, when Spike's father was when they was coming across the water, he ain't have his guard up. He's skipping, skipping, skip. Ooh, like, what? If you don't keep your head on the swivel. Boy. And it's a lot of visuals that make it look like the infected are closer than they are. It seemed like, cause I'm like, oh my goodness, that was too close. That was too close. But I guess that sometimes they were too close. Ugh. But through the whole movie, it seemed like everything on the up and up. Like you kind of, well, I had kind of forgot about the first part of it. So by the end of it, I was like, oh, okay, that was cool. Like, ain't nobody get harm, just that was a cool movie. That was different. And then I remember the first part, and I was like, oh, it was the same, but just spread out. It was layered different. Kind of made you forget what popped this off. Now, yeah, like I mentioned yesterday, that the common thread is the infected. Like there's no common thread between the characters. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for the common thread with the characters, but the common thread is the infected. And then now this is the perspective of these people in this area and what they've set up and what they've made how they are making it their home and things and thriving. So like 28 days was that, 28 weeks was that, and then 28 years was actually like 28 years after Jimmy. Okay. So yeah, that's what I wanted to mention. Uh, that it watched like a documentary, like a National Geographic documentary, just a bit, just a bit. But yeah, it did. Also, what I would like to mention is, okay, now in pers- in in the realm of this movie, I'm only speaking about in the realm of this movie. Hold on, I need some water. Okay, so in the realm of this movie, I'm not talking about reality. I'm talking about the fantasy of this movie. Okay. It seemed like all the mama needed to do was go outside. When she woke up and she she knocked that stuff off the nightstand, it seemed like she was tired of that clutter. That looked like it looked like she was sick of the clutter and she needed it to be straightened up in there. She needed it to be straightened up in there. She was tired of the clutter. She was like, ugh, the clutter. She woke up like that. She was like, y'all need to straighten up in here. And cluttering this nightstand ain't it. So looked like she needed to be up out there outside. I don't know if she had shoes on. But when I was watching it, I was thinking maybe okay, so when the grandpa was with the mama and he said, "Oh yeah, she was walking around and boop boop boop." I was thinking, okay, she need to go outside bare feet and walk around on the grass. Cause the grandpa was like, "Oh yeah, she did this, did that, do do." And so I was like, "Oh okay." So then when Spike took her out, and all you see all this going on, and then you see the mama, and you see how she reacts to. I mean, she reacted on the dime. And then how she responded to Eric, and then she was able to stay clearer for a little bit longer while she was speaking to the doctor. It seemed like she was clearer just a little bit longer. However, it did seem like the doctor was like, "Come on," and then I kind of thought like, yeah, like he was saying like, "Come on," while she was on that clear train of thought before she got clouded again. That's what I was thinking. Like he was saying, "Come on," because that was the longest she had a clear thought through the whole movie. So it seemed like she was getting better and better the longer she was outside. The longer she was outside in nature, it seemed like she was. It seemed like she was getting better and better. I mean, each situation she handled. She handled that situation like she knew what to do. She was getting better and better. I think I might have would have turned my mama around and we would have went back to the village. Like, look, maybe you just did need a walk. Like, you needed to get up out that house, cause. And then they got the windows down. Oh, that be irking me in books. In books with weird stuff happening in houses, and they got the windows down. They can't open the windows. The windows be painted shut. I'm like, y'all need to get them windows open. Cause them houses need to be aired out. You hear me? Them houses be needing to air out. Um, it was a book I was reading, and it kind of made it seem like the house was infested with black mold. But then at the end of the book, it kind of was like it wasn't black mold, it was supernatural. But at the beginning of the book, the window was mentioned, and the window was like painted shut. And I'm like, as soon as I heard that, I'm like, y'all need to chip that window open. Chip that window open, open up that window and get some air in there. Cause But that's just me. So yeah, she seemed like she was sick of the clutter. The windows needed to come up and air out the room, air out the house. She needed to be out. She needed to be outside more. Uh, and whatever else, tinctures and herbs and whatever else, cause I don't know, like why I don't know if she had a whole plate of food or if that was just pork bacon that she was being fed. But yeah, just talking about in the realm of the movie now. I ain't talking about reality because I had mentioned a movie, the realm out of the realm of the movie, and I'm like, can you bring it back to the movie, please? I'm not talking outside of the film. I'm talking inside of the film. Nah, I'm talking inside of the film. Like we just talking about the film. We just talking about film. Nah, I'm not trying to expand the world to reality. I'm trying to leave it on film. Okay, I need a little some more water. Yes, let's leave it on film, child. Just I'm talking about what we've been given to visual in visual. Okay, that's what I'm responding to. I'm responding to what I was given to visual, and it ain't even visualize. No, what I've been given to obtain in my visual spectrum. Okay, that's what I'm responding to. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what's already there in front of us, in front of me. Uh, and maybe giving a little piece of my movie theory ideas. But yeah, I didn't give any movie uh, ideas in this one. Okay, let me see. Okay, there we go. So yeah, not movie theories yet. Other than I probably would have turned my mama around and took her back to the village. I don't like you good, mama. Like shoot, cause I was looking, I was like, dang. I mean, she got clarity. She is like, cause I was looking at her, I was like waiting on her to like flip like she was at the house because at the house she flipped on a dime, but when she was outside, her flips were further stretched. Hmm. Yeah, her flips were further stretched. Her flips weren't so flippy. Her flips weren't so flippy. So I was like, and they made it too. They made it. They made it way across yonder. And then Spike made it back by himself. I'm like, whoa. They made it there and made it back. And they had Eric's help though. And then they had the alpha that was giving total fatalities. He was Mortal Kombat and folks, and I'm like, why are y'all just putting that thing to sleep? Like, okay, put it to sleep, and like, y'all playing with that thing, like what? But it looked like the alphas might be their new human, might be their new uh yeah, that's what it seemed like, because it seemed like the the woman that gave birth, she seemed like she could have been an alpha too. Perhaps. I don't know exactly, but seemed like it. Seemed like she could have been birthed. That's what I'm trying to say. Seemed like instead of being made through bite, seemed like she might have could have been birthed. And I say that because I didn't see any like bites. I mean, it could have been in the back of her head, but yeah. And then, okay, so if she was birthed, then that means she was raised. So it's they out there, they birthing and being raised and multiplying, and instead of being bitten, they being born out, born. They uh like filtering themselves through birth. It's like a filtration system. It seems like. That's what it seemed like. So I guess that's a bit of science as well, along with the biology of things. So yeah, it's a lot of National Geographic, a lot of National Geographic imagery going on up in this thing. Ugh. All you need is like, I mean, I guess you got it when the daddy points stuff out, but like, I think if you overlay the National Geographic's narration on top of this movie, you could see it for a National Geographic documentary. I can hear it, and I've seen the movie, so I do see like the spots that it's like that. So whatever. But I mean, not the beginning. Now, I mean, I guess I ain't talking about the beginning, but maybe I don't know. But for sure, when the father goes out with Spike and he be pointing out the stuff, and then and then when Spike go back out with his mom, and then they learn about the gas with Eric, and then they learn about the iodine. I'm like, this is a cool National Geographic movie right here. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna say about that. Till further notice, I guess. I don't know. That's all I really got. That's all I have to say. That's everything I have to say about that movie at the moment. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch this over and give an update. I stitched up the two parts of one ear. Now I got to do the same with the other ear. And what else? Everything else I mentioned prior. Um, so that's crochet. I'm, I'm trying to see if I could start on it now during this live stream. Um, okay, so update on my reading because I really was feeling brave after, or I should say, while reading The Girl with All the Gifts. I really was feeling brave, and I was like, if I can read this book, I can continue with Halloween. I was reading Halloween, um, the old Myers place, and I had paused it at. I was listening to an audiobook of it, and I had paused it at chapter 6 when Mary had went to Mrs. Smith's house, and Mrs. Smith had lifted up the lamp light and was like, "Oh," like described what had happened or what she saw on Mary's person. That got me icky. Like I was just like, "Ugh, yuck!" Like the description of it. Um, but now after reading The Girl with All the Gifts, I was like, if I can read this book, I can finish Halloween, the old Myers place. So I started reading it. It finally popped up. I clicked on it today, and I tried to put it on my watch later list. I don't know if it went on there. I don't. I would have needed to put it on my save for later list when it pops up. Um, but yeah, I clicked on it and started back reading it. I might be on chapter 7 now. With that, I'm past the part that I got icked out at. So, boy, it looked like it looked like Michael setting up Mary's old boyfriend to take the fall for what he did, what Michael did. Oh my goodness. How do Michael do that? I know Candyman does that. Like somebody gotta take the fall. Like people can't know that the legend is true or something like that. Like if you go back to the poem that Candyman the movie originated from, that's how that goes. And Michael seems to be taking a page off of that, or a line out of that poem, because he done it. This what I think happened. This what seems like what could have happened. Michael done bopped this girl's ex boyfriend, bopped him upside the head, and then got him laid out, making him look like he was the person that launched at her, instead of it being him. Like he don't want nobody to think it's him. And I'm just like, I'm just listening. I hadn't formulated nothing. I just heard it. I just was like, and I just was listening, and she was like, I don't remember bopping him upside the head. And that's probably because you didn't. And that's probably because Michael is trying to set somebody up to get the heat off of him, even though he the one doing it. Like, Michael got too much sense. Like, like what? Michael out here setting folks up. That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like at the moment. And she's kind of thinking it too. She's thinking it too. And she's speaking it out loud. Like, she said she don't remember hitting him upside the head. And she also is like, no, that couldn't have been him. That couldn't have been him. But at the same time, she don't want to be near him either. And that's understandable. Because he kind of was, I don't know. She say he was acting weird earlier. So yeah, I just like Michael. If it was Michael, Michael is in the building. Like, he done went back downstairs, chilling, to whenever he wanna come in and out of that house. Like, oh my goodness. So yeah, I'm back to reading that book. Maybe I'll read The Girl with All the Gifts today as well. If not, I'll maybe read it tomorrow. You do have time. I guess I'm kind of giving everybody else time to join the book club. If you see the invitation, you could join the invitation to the book club, or any of the book club links. Click on it to join the book club. And I'll get to see like what if they're gonna be like, oh my goodness, like they were so lucky. Oh my goodness, they were so lucky. When that I think her name, I don't know I'm trying to think what the teacher name is. I'm gonna just call her teacher. Okay. So when the teacher, yeah, I'm just join the book club, because I kind of don't want to talk about it over here. I just, not to the full extent. I'll leave that for the book club. But wow, they were so lucky. Like, oh my goodness, like when I do go back to reading the book, I wonder if anybody is going to bring up the fact that they were so lucky. Like, So yeah, so that's the part I'm at in the book. Like, I wonder if anybody gonna bring it up, or is it just not gonna be said? So that's what I'm looking forward to when I go back to reading that book. It is on audio. I do listen to a lot of audio books. When I say reading, I'm reading and listening to the audio books is one and the same to me. Okay, so uh, yeah, audio books are reading just as well as reading. So I've been able to read several books thanks to audio books. Okay, audio books are my friend. I enjoy audio books. I really do. Um, so, however, I'm reading the book, I try and share it over here so that you all can as well. If not, you can choose the format of the book you would like. Um Paperback, hardcover, special edition, ebooks, digital copies. There's so many formats for us to be able to enjoy reading, to enjoy books, to enjoy books. Okay, so choose the format you would like to enjoy the book, and let's enjoy books. All right. I'm enjoying these books. I'm so grateful that Dr. Wolfula um, uh, made this book available. Is reading this book to us. Okay, Dr. Wolfula took the time to read these books, and I'm gonna read them up. So he's reading the books to us. I'm listening, and I just rewound it a couple of times to giggle at Dr. Wolfula's commentary. It was hilarious. Like, I'm so glad he kept that the in the recording um, of the audio book. So yeah, Dr. Wolfula done made a couple of audio books. So if you into audio books, hey, enjoy them like I am. I'm enjoying Dr. Wolfula's audio books. Uh, I just got an amazing laugh. He read a word, and it sounded like the word was supposed to be caught up, or the words were supposed to be caught and up. But I don't know if it was a typo or if there's actually like a thesaurus word that I'm not familiar with, and it seemed like Dr. Wolfula wasn't familiar with it as well. So when, so when he read it, when he read the word, he was like, he was like, "What the fuck is that?" Like, he didn't say that, but well, I don't know. I just started laughing, and then he kept on reading, He kept on reading, and I was just like, that was too funny. Like, thank you so much for keeping that in there. Oh my goodness. So I'll be rewinding, yeah, and listening to that a few more times. Oh my goodness. He was like, what does that, what? Oh my goodness. And then I was like, yeah, what is that? Like, is that a typo, or is that an actual thesaurus word? Or did it mean caught up? Because with the rest of the sentence, it sounds like it could have been he he caught up to Mary, but the author didn't write he caught up to Mary, unless that's a typo. But the author used it said he I don't know, correlated up to Mary or something like that. And Dr. Whitfield was like, "What? What the heck?" Yeah, yeah. I think he said, "What the heck?" He was like, "Correlated up to Mary," and he was like, "What the heck?" And he just kept on reading. I was just like, kudos to Dr. Whitfield for throwing that uh, bit of commentary in and continuing with the read. I hadn't told him yet, but when I go back to the book, I'll tell him how I appreciated the bit of commentary that he kept in there. Um, with another book, I think it was a typo, and he did point it out, and I didn't mind that as well. So that's cool. I don't mind his commentary. That's another thing I like. I do enjoy commentary, so it was much appreciated. So thank you. I'll tell him in the comments later. That was hilarious. That he was able to continue reading. He was like co-regulated up to Mary. He was like, "What the heck?" And then he just kept on reading. Uh, if just for that, I'm glad I continued reading that book. Um, Halloween, the old Myers place. I so yeah, I would recommend Dr. Wolfula's audiobook of that recording of the because of his bit of commentary. You may or may not catch, when you're reading it or listening to it. I say reading, okay? Reading, listening, they one and the same when it comes to books to me. When it comes to reading books, okay? So yeah, you may catch it, you may not catch it. It all depends. I'm glad I heard it. I'm glad I heard it. It was like coagulated at the mirror. What the heck? And then he just kept on. So yeah, I'll probably like rewind that and listen to it till I don't laugh anymore at it. Oh boy, reading is so fun. So yeah, the girl with all the gifts, it is also available in audio. Um, a lot of the books I've read is in audio. Honestly, I'm trying to think of a book I. Oh yeah, it is some books I've read via ebook. To the point where I'm like, why didn't I get the audio book? Like, man. But yeah, it's some books I did get. I got quite a few ebooks. I just I just hadn't been reading them lately. That could change soon though. Possibly, maybe. But yeah, I have been enjoying the ebooks. Um, I got some ebooks that are on one platform that are all right, and then I did have a trouble with one book that was in ebook form that I need to report the issue of that book. So yeah. Ebooks I can listen to an ebook while I'm crocheting. Come on. Like, for real. You can get more done with audiobooks. However, it be times where I stop what I'm doing and just be in awe at listening to the audiobook. Like I just be like just jaw dropped listening to the audiobook. Like what? Oh my goodness. Like I don't be wanting to move sometimes because I'm listening to it and I'm trying to hear every word, every sound that's going on uh, in the audiobooks. Now, there's also graphic audiobooks. And I did listen to Fourth Wing in a graphic audiobook.